Hey, what's up, guys? Gabe here from Legion Beats and Midi Money, and I wanted to do kind of a quick demo of what is included in Producer Funnel Secrets. I want to kind of go over, what it is, how it works, and really just show you the actual behind the scenes, everything that is included, or at least everything that I could include in the next, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, because there's a lot to show. First off, if you're wondering what Producer Funnel Secrets is, be sure to check out. We've got a free training that goes, into what this process is. Essentially, it's the process, the framework for how I've been able to build my seven-figure business selling beats online. Also, how my friend Anno Domini has, and also now how hundreds of other producers have built, there are businesses online selling beats, actually not just selling beats, selling kits, selling loops, selling, man, really whatever. The idea is being able to apply these marketing and business strategies to you as a producer. So that's kind of big picture. Again, I could do a whole hour plus training easily on that, and I already have. So go to midimoney.com/training to check that out. But I did want to just kind of show you what's actually included. So let me share my screen over here, and so you can kind of get an idea. All right. So first off, this is the members area. And it's almost hard to know exactly where to start because we really include a lot. Basically, I guess I need to give a little bit of context. Again, if you haven't, go to midimoney.com/training. It's a free training that teaches this whole concept. And basically the idea is, hey, the way that 99% of producers are selling beats online, it is oversaturated. It doesn't work. It's not applying the latest marketing strategies. It doesn't do, a lot of the things that we're doing here, like create more value for your customer, give you the opportunity to really build a real business. And again, I could go on and on, but that's the idea is we're showing you exactly how I've been able to do that, how we've been able to do that, how we've been able to teach a ton of other producers how to do that. In fact, I'm already going to go off on a tangent right here real quick, just to show you, because it's something that I'm so proud of, is that this is something that has helped so many other producers. If I go to, oh, come on now, midimoney.review.com, kind of get an idea of just some of the impact this has had on some other producers. So yeah, if you get a chance, head over to midimoney.review.com. You'll see, just this thing scrolls on, and it's something I'm so proud of. And you'll see a lot of people talking about revenue. They've made money, and also a lot of people talking about mindset shifts and how they found a community that they really feel like they're a part of, and they're supported in a way that they never have been before. That they have changed their perception of how they think about business and marketing and entrepreneurship as something that kind of sucks to do or they don't really want to do, into now it's like something that they're really excited about. And that's kind of the actually, look right here. When you guys first said how much this stuff excited you, I was skeptical. Now I love marketing as much as I love music. Like, those are the kind of message I would love to get. And I know that might sound crazy to you if you're where I was, a few years ago, or where most producers are, where it's like, I love making music, I love producing. But the reality is, once you get into this side of things, the marketing side of things, the business side of things, and you learn it the right way, the way that we've been lucky enough to learn and now teach, it becomes really fun. And it becomes the vehicle that gets your music in front of more people, gets your message in front of more people, and allows you to actually make a living, at least potentially, doing what you love to do. So yeah, anyways, I could go through just this for hours, but you get the idea. Okay, let's get into like what the actual course is, at least to some extent. So quick overview, and then we'll go a little deeper. So there is a course, there's a training. So there's like video training, which is kind of like the core of what Producer Funnel Secrets is, the Producer Funnel Secrets Masterclass. And so that's in this members area. This is actually the page that you log into. Once you log in there, you'll be in this members area. And I think what I'll do is I'll show you kind of the quick overview, and then come back and actually go through some of these different, what's actually inside the training. But basically, just to show you quickly, okay, there's the training, a bunch of different modules. There's, resources and bonuses. There's, the course goes through in a very specific order of kind of how it teaches things. And one of the things that is really important to me, to Domini, who's my business partner in this, to Wishmaster Billy, our coaches, and everybody else, is that we're not just teaching like, hey, here's the tactic that works right now, right? What we are teaching is, here are the strategies, here's the psychology behind why people make decisions, here's how to give more value. And once you understand those bigger concepts, then it becomes okay, cool, now how do we apply that to the latest technology, the latest marketing strategies, where the marketplace is right now. And that way it never becomes old, it never becomes outdated, because when you have that foundation, you understand the reason why all these little tactics work. Then it gives you the ability to adjust and pivot and change when things change in the marketplace. Then you have the ability to. That's the thing that happens right now, is like so many, like every producer in the world sells beats the same way, right? They have their a beat on YouTube, right? And then there's a link in the video description that, well, I don't need to show you guys know. There's a link in the video description that says go buy this beat here. It goes to your beat store, right? And that's how basically every producer in the world does it. And for some producers that's worked okay. And if you can rank really high for certain keywords, then you have a chance of actually making okay money doing that. But there's really a limit on that. And that is a function of just understanding the tactics. Like, okay, this one tactic works, and now that's what every producer has been doing for basically a decade, right? But again, when you learn the foundation behind why things work, then you don't have to get caught up on, oh, okay, this is the exact thing that's going to happen on step one, step two, three. We are going to show you exactly what's working now. But again, more importantly, here's why these things work and how you can adjust as you keep going. So that's kind of the philosophy there. So I'll go back through each one of these modules in a minute, but as you guys kind of see where it's at, you can see there's a ton of really great content in here. We've got our resources and bonuses. So basically, there's two places that most of the action happens. One is in this members area, and the other one is in our private Facebook group. And this Facebook group alone, to me, is like worth the price of admission. It's kind of insane. Like, honestly, when we first put this program together, I was like, yeah, we should have some kind of community. Let's put it in there if people have questions or whatever. And little did I know this would become, honestly, probably my favorite part of the whole course, which sucks because I put so much time and energy and effort into building all these modules and getting them right. And really, it's the community is the best part of this, where you get the opportunity to learn, to teach, to grow from hundreds of other producers who are all have that same mindset. They're all looking to do the same thing. And so it's really cool. I'll just even scroll through here for a second. Here's somebody asking a question. Hey, how do you do this? And you can see, it's really active. It's not one of those groups where people see, you post something and it's crickets, or everybody's just promoting their music or something. Like, no, you could see all these guys are all these producers are giving their suggestions. They're showing the best way to do it. And that's really the vibe of the community that we have. Is it's not that old feeling of like, oh, the only way I can be successful is by holding you back or holding you down. Like, no, it's the opposite. Like, the more that we help each other, the more that we show each other how to be successful, the more that we will all be successful together. And that is like 100% the philosophy that we follow in the Midi Money group. And it actually makes a better result for everybody. Like, not only is it like being a good person, but it actually makes a better result for everybody. And just scrolling through here, my buddy Ollie, Temper Beats, this guy signed up, whatever it is, I think less than a year ago. And you can see, look at this, his last launch did $40,000 in 2 weeks, right? Which is insane. So we get to kind of celebrate wins in here. In addition to frustrations, like, hey, something isn't working. Like, can you help me? Can you help me get unstuck? Right. And actually, not only that, now that I'm looking at this, he's talking about, hey, here's a win. But also, we're looking for producers who make beats. So basically, he's trying to bring people onto that team. So you see a lot of people, a lot of producers in here creating opportunities for each other, because again, it's that win-win thing. Like, hey, let's all win together. Some more, people doing really well. Legacy, you know, sharing some of his results. Oh, and we've got a bunch of dope producers in here. I mean, a ton of producers you may or may not have heard of. Like, I don't know if you've heard of, Ollie from Temper Beats, or if you've heard of Legacy Beats, or even Hamza from Flip Tunes. But these guys are absolutely crushing it. They're making 5, 6 figures from their beats. They're super talented. They're great people. Plus, we've got in the community people like Superstar O, and we've got S1, if you know who he is, 3-time Grammy winner, has produced for everybody, Kanye, Jay-Z, everybody. We've got, Curtis King and Busy Works Beats, and DJ Payne One, and just so this community is like, it's incredible. It's just a great place to hang out. So okay, again, just like everything else, I could go off on this for hours, but let me try to keep things moving. Oh, I guess I should mention one other thing too, is the so in the Facebook group, this is where all of the coaching happens. So we do weekly live coaching, actually twice a week coaching. So one with Billy from Big Shot Beats, who is somebody who's absolutely, incredible. He's done 6 figures selling beats online. And he really understands all the stuff, the marketing side of things, the tech side of things, the mindset, all that stuff. And then same thing with Wish. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of him, but if you haven't, he's somebody who's had a ton of success on the industry side. Grammy nominated, worked with Tech Nine and Nelly, and I can't even remember, a million, Lil Wayne, a million artists, and is absolutely crushing it with his producer funnels. And not only that, but both these guys are natural teachers, and so they really, they were actually both guys who they signed up, they paid for the course just like everybody else. They were in the group, and they were just helping a ton of people, just like is kind of natural in the community. And we just said, hey, would you guys be willing to make this official and be official coaches? And so that's another thing I should mention too, is like, we always are making this better. This isn't a program where we put together a couple videos of, here's a video training, and then here you go, good luck. Like, no, this is a living, breathing thing. Like, the community is living and breathing, obviously, but then also the way that we do the course. In fact, the course itself has been updated multiple times in less than a year since launching it. This weekly live coaching is not something we originally included, but then we started to see, oh man, this is something that's going to really help. So we added that into there. So we're always improving. We're always making this better. Once you're in, you get the benefit of the people who signed up before weekly live coaching. They didn't know that they were going to get it, but now they do, because we're always making those things better. A couple other resources and things that you'll find on here are the success path checklist. And this is super dope. This is like, I know for me, whenever I join a, let's say a course, or a community, or start a curriculum, it can be overwhelming, right? Oh, there's a million videos, there's a million things to do. So we created this success path checklist to make it so that literally all you have to do is look at, like, okay, what's step one? Sign into the members area. Cool. If you get stuck for whatever reason, hop into the Facebook group, ask questions, email us. We'll get you unstuck, show up to the weekly live coaching, then check that off and go to the next one. Same process. Do whatever that next thing says. If you get stuck, go to the Facebook group, ask us questions. We'll get you through it. And what that does is it really helps keep you momentum, instead of worrying about, like, step number, whatever this is, 12, and like, oh, how am I going to deal with that? Like, don't even worry about, like, literally don't even worry about it. Just do the next step in front of you. Great. That's easy. I can do that. Again, if you get stuck, show up for a weekly live coaching, email us, hop in the Facebook group, get unstuck, go to the next step, but don't skip ahead. And that way you will absolutely be able to get through all this stuff and stay in momentum, and actually build your funnel, and build the foundation for your business. So that's the success path checklist. We also have a workbook. This is basically like the more detailed version of that. So it includes all those steps, but also a lot more detail that ties in with the actual course itself, of like, okay, you're going to want to watch the videos and go through it. Like it says in the success path checklist, it'll say watch video 1, on mindset or whatever. But then the workbook will give you a little bit more context. For example, on the mindset one here, right, you can see that it summarizes what we talked about. It gives you a chance to process that information in another way and really kind of take it in. It'll also give you, okay, cool, here's the next steps. Here's what to implement. Here's kind of what to do next. And so these two things really are like your guidebook, your map, to be able to succeed with producer funnel secrets. All right. So that is the success path checklist and the workbook. Again, those are kind of like your guides, your maps to be successful. Let's hop over to the members area and start looking through some of this stuff. So you can see, we've got welcome video. We really want to make sure that you kind of know, get your bearings, know where everything is. Again, get that success path checklist downloaded first because that's going to be kind of that guide. We've got a ton of resources and bonuses and things to help you. Again, we're always improving this. We're always looking at like, okay, how can we help you build this process, this funnel, this business, from the ground up? What's every little thing that you're going to need? And what we found is as we evolve, as we grow, as more people join, we see where people get stuck. We see the things that people need, and then we add them into the program. So you'll see, for example, here, of course, are the actual template for the funnel itself. You get access to that. In fact, let me show you something pretty cool on that. When you go to here, I'm jumping around now, but I got excited. So I'm going to jump ahead to in the course where we get into the funnel building section. We have, of course, our templates where you click one button and you can have that already built for you in a couple different platforms. If you want to use a different platform, that's not one of those ones, you're totally welcome to. And so we have the pages there and show you how to recreate them. But I just wanted to quickly show you. So this is one of the pages, the special offer page is kind of like the main page. And this is the template, the latest template, at least again, as I'm recording this and things get updated a lot. And this is the exact template that you get. Now, this is pretty cool. I had this pulled up just about a month ago. Me and Anno Domini, we released this beat pack. Now, this might look very similar. It's literally the exact template. I mean, it's exact. Like we didn't change much. We changed exactly like how we talk about in the course. Like, hey, make sure you adjust the headline a little bit. Make sure you tell your story. Make sure you put together your offer, all that stuff that we teach. But it's the exact same template. And this funnel alone did $231,000 in what was that between November and February. So halfway through November, less than halfway through February. I don't know, November, December, basically in I don't know, less than 4 months, over $230,000 in sales on just this one funnel. Obviously, results not typical, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. But we practice what we preach. Like all we're doing is taking all of the best of everything that works for us, and we're just giving it to you. Like that is what Producer Funnel Secrets really is all about. And that's what we do. So had to mention that one because that's pretty exciting. We just recently did that launch. So I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, back to resources and bonuses here. The funnel template we just talked about, Facebook group, of course, some sounds, kits, loops, all kinds of cool stuff. The Midi Money offer library. Okay, I have this pulled up over here. So this is something that's really cool. One of the main things that we teach in Producer Funnel Secrets is that basically everybody else, all the other producers are selling a commodity. They're selling something that anybody can get for about the same price. What am I talking about? A beat lease, right? You can get a beat lease. There's literally 2 million producers on BeatStars alone. You start adding in, the other platforms and stuff. It's insane, right? I don't know, easily 3 million producers, whatever it is, 2 million plus, let's just say. And they're all selling the same product for about the same price. And yes, your beats might be amazing and that's fine. But the reality is there's a lot of really good beats, right? So the way that we compete, the reason why we can do $200,000 plus in sales is not because we have the best beats in the world. Obviously you have to have, the product has to be good, but it's because we create a true offer. We create a bundle of products and services that give more value to our customer, to our rappers and singers or producers, if you're selling kits and loops or whoever it is. And so the way that we do that is by bundling products and services together. And so one of the things we noticed as we were, building this and the community was building was like, okay, that's great. But like, I don't know, I just make beats. I don't necessarily have, other info products or mixing and mastering or graphic design or, all these other problems that I do want to solve for my customer and create a great offer, but I don't do those things. So then we're like, okay, let's put together this offer library where everybody in the community has the chance to contribute, and you can contribute beats. That's totally fine. But also if you have, let's say, maybe you wrote a little PDF about how to get on Spotify playlists. Maybe you have a little video training about the best way to set up, your home recording, right? whatever it is that can bring value to an artist. Now you can put this on the Midi Money offer library, and everybody else in the community has the chance to use that in their offer. And it's a win-win because let's say you added some beats into here, they put that in their offer. Now it's another chance for you to get in front of that audience, right? And it's also, if you want to use something from here, it's a chance for you to put together an incredible offer without having to make everything yourself. Against that same theme of like, hey, we're all helping each other here. So that's super cool. And again, practice what we preach. If you look at things that I sell, the beat packs that I sell, and the things that are included there, I'm grabbing those bonuses from the members area. That's where I'm taking it. So that's pretty cool. This is just the form where you fill out to add something to that shared offer library. This is something that we added recently. It's the Midi Money Rolodex. Now, by the way, I know it's just on a spreadsheet right now. This is one that we added that's brand new. The offer library has been a little bit longer. We're going to make this look a little slicker, but the important thing is that it works really well. And this is more about, hey, do you have specific services that you want to offer either to other producers? Like, for example, maybe you do like what do we have on here? Sound design or mixing and mastering, or you're a really good funnel builder. And maybe, you're in this program and you're like, yeah, it's cool, but I just don't want to spend the time to actually build it. Cool. Let me connect with this person, and then maybe they want to get paid, maybe they want to trade some beats for it, maybe they want to trade whatever. And so it's just an opportunity to trade or sell or buy services with other people in the community who have the same types of needs. And then also you can post affiliate programs. So like this is something that is a big part of the way that I've been able to drive a lot of traffic and get a lot of sales for my beats, is all partner with other producers and do an affiliate program. And again, we've got a whole course on this. It's included in Producer Funnel Secrets, so I'm not going to get deep into it. But the idea is basically people will refer you some business and they'll get a percentage of the sale. Their audience wins because they're referring them to a great offer. You win because you get some free traffic. So it's win-win-win all around. It's not a pyramid scheme or anything like that. It's the same thing if you've ever gotten an Amazon link. It's an affiliate link, right? They're going to get a small percentage of those sales. It's win-win for everybody. So anyways, that's something that's super cool that's there. We also have our email templates. So, one of the things that's really important in this whole process is being able to send emails. And so you'll see, hey, instead of just us teaching you how to do it, which we do, we also give you like the actual emails, which of course you need to tweak to be in your voice. It's got to have your name on it. It's got to tell your story. And we teach you how to do all those things. But it helps a lot to kind of have that foundation to start, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get a little bit into the course itself, and then I don't know how long this has been running, but I'll wrap this up pretty soon. Again, I could literally, yeah, there's just hours and hours and stuff, but I want to at least hopefully give you a decent idea of what's in here. So just going through the course a little bit quickly, we've got the welcome, we got the bonuses, the resources. We start talking about mindset. This is something that, again, in the first draft of the course wasn't even in here, because I didn't really think about it. It was like, well, I guess I know how important mindset is to me, but I want to teach the information. Here's step one, here's step two, here's step three. But what we started to see is that by far the most successful people were the people who had the right mindset, and the ones who gave up were the ones who didn't. And so that's why we really emphasize this. It was like, oh man, I need to make an entire, module, 2 videos all about, exactly how to think about this in the right way. Because when you think about it the right way, when you have your mind right, that's going to allow you to stick with it long enough to actually be successful. That's the number one reason if anybody's not successful with this program, is because they just don't stick with it. They get frustrated. It gets hard. Like, none of this is easy. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully you can already see we've made this as easy as humanly possible, and we're constantly finding ways to make it even easier. And you're still building a business from the ground up, and you're doing it in music. So like, it's hard to do, right? But again, if you have that mindset where okay, I'm gonna hit some roadblocks, I'm gonna maybe struggle with this and this, but I have the resources, I have the community, I have the coaching, I have all the things that I need, and I'm ready for it, and now I'm gonna be able to push through. And that's how you're gonna be successful. Then we get into sort of the marketing foundation. This is stuff if you've learned about marketing a little bit, it'll be very familiar to you. If you haven't, like a lot of producers haven't, then it might be new. But sort of this idea of how do you come up with your ideal customer, super, super important. It sounds basic, but makes all the difference in the world and will end up informing every decision that you make from then on. How do you put together your offer? How do you write your emails? Everything starts from understanding who that customer is. Then we get into offers. Remember, I started to talk about this whole idea of commodity versus offer, right? And a beat lease is just a commodity. How do we create a true offer? And this concept is so important. That's why there's actually a whole bunch of videos on here and a whole bunch of action steps and different things to do, because this is like this is such a huge key. But you can see it. It's pretty extensive. But it absolutely, like, this is the thing that's going to make all the difference. This is the reason why we've been able to do 5, 6, 7 figure selling beats, and why most people struggle to sell any at all is because of this. And we have, the workbook to help you through it. Step by step. Of course, you get stuck anywhere, you hop in the Facebook group, you get on the coaching. So, don't be intimidated or worried or anything. Like, you just got to hop in here, you put in the work, you get stuck, you talk to the community, and you're good to go. Okay, let me start rushing through these because there's a lot. We talk about your origin story. This is basically like, so often if we talk about that old model, it's like a rapper might be searching on YouTube and they search for a whatever Drake type beat, and then they've got your beat video, and maybe it's a picture of Drake or it's a cartoon or something, right? And then in the description of the video, there's a link to your beat store. They click over there and it's got maybe your logo and play some beats, right? They never get to know who you are. And people want to do business with people, right? They're going to connect with you as a person. If you can tell your story in a way that shows the value that you can bring, it's another way of, again, separating yourself out from those millions of other producers, because now not only do they have that personal connection to you, but they also see the value that you can bring because of your experiences. Right. So anyways, obviously I get deeper into it in here, but that's the idea. And then I'll just kind of hurry through these, even though there's a lot more. This is where we get into actually building the funnel, and step by step, here's exactly how to do it. Answer a bunch of little questions about how that whole process goes. This is the section we talk about email sequences and stuff. We talk about optimizing your funnel, how to make sure it's working, and not what stats to look out for, because sometimes you might look at, you might be like, oh man, I'm only 10% of the people who hit my sales page are buying. Like, what am I doing wrong? And it's like, no, 10% is like really, really good, right? You're going to be able to make a lot of money, when you hit those numbers. But if you don't know what benchmarks to look out for, then you don't know what success is, and you might give up on something when it's like, no, you keep doing it. You're going to make a lot of money and this is going to work. Um, there's another section here, which is beat traffic hacks, which is super important. It's all about how do you actually drive traffic, right? A lot of this whole first section is about creating this foundation, putting together your offer, building the funnel with the pages and the emails. But if nobody goes there, it's not going to do you much good, right? So that's where beat traffic hacks come in. And this course is included in Producer Funnel Secrets. And so we have a bunch of specific ways to drive traffic, whether if that's paid ads, organic, meaning free, all kinds of different ways. But again, you'll notice right here, I start with the framework. And what I mean by the framework is, in this whole first video, I don't necessarily talk about any specific platform, meaning it's not necessarily about Instagram or or YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or, whatever. It's not about that. It's about understanding the psychology, understanding the principles behind why these things work, right? And when you understand that, now all of a sudden you can apply that concept. It doesn't matter if tomorrow a brand, I don't know, whatever, Clubhouse comes out, or TikTok or Twitch, or, I don't know, whatever's the new thing of the moment. Now it's not like, oh no, the little tactics I learned on Instagram don't work anymore. It's like, no, you understand why these things worked, and now you can apply that framework to these platforms as they emerge. Hopefully that makes sense. I think I did a better job explaining it in there. But anyways, that's again that concept that we're always trying to teach here. And then it's like, okay, now you understand that framework. Here's how to apply it in some very specific ways, right? And I'm not gonna go through all those because it's already taking a bunch of time. You'll also see playbacks from the coaching calls. So we do those live coaching calls every week, or actually, sorry, twice a week with Billy and with Wish. We stream them right into the Facebook group, so you can catch them there. But also, if you want to just catch the archives, because a lot of times that's where you're going to get a lot of the best information, is seeing what other questions people asked, and so you'll have access to that. A whole bunch of bonus stuff. We've got, kits. We've got, I don't even know what's in here, case studies of people showing exactly how they've been successful, more bonus content. I could go on and on, but I think at this point, you hopefully pretty much get the idea of, what's included in here. I mean, we're constantly adding new stuff. We're constantly updating. We're always making this thing better and better. I think hopefully you can see now, like, this is not just some videos we slap together in a members area. Like, no, this is something that is living and breathing. It's always getting better. There's a community, a vibrant community. You saw somebody post on Facebook, in that group. You post a question, you're going to see a lot of responses, people helping you out. And so I'm super excited about it. This has been incredible. And I realized that I've never done a full walkthrough like this for people who aren't already in the program. So hopefully this was insightful. Hopefully it was helpful. And hopefully I will see you in Producer Funnel Secrets. See you in the Midi Money group. Thank you so much.